Let's see. Let's pick Biggie Smalls. Baby, baby. What's up, good people? Thanks for tuning in to the second episode on the Wallace YouTube channel. As you know, my name is Mark Wallace. Today is going to be the first tutorial video. We're going to be making a hoodie using vinyl. Sometimes they call it HTV or heat transfer vinyl, stuff like that. Kind of like what you see here on this hoodie. Basic charcoal hoodie. Says Wallace wearing red vinyl. Nothing too fancy. But if you want to start a clothing brand, if you want to start making apparel, this is going to be the most cost-effective way to do it. And you'll get the most high-quality work out of it because there's a very small margin of error. It's nothing too difficult once you learn all the steps. So in the video, we're going to show you how to pick the colors, how to use the Cricut software, how to put it on the mat, how to weed it, how to stamp it, everything. So watch this quick tutorial. We'll be back when it's over. Let's get it. All right, guys. So like I mentioned, we are going to do tutorials. This one will be for vinyl. We got black, we got tan, and we got some brown. The customer is one of the brands that we support. Is called Release Date. Check them out on Instagram. I'll tag it at the bottom. Every week they send us a list. We make them, they come get them, and we get it going. This one is going to be an orange hoodie with those three colors. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to open up your Cricut app. We're using a Mac here as we normally do. And when it opens up, this is the basic generic screen you're going to get. Now we do a lot of projects here, so we're going to go over into our projects, which will be right up here at the top. And you go into My Projects. Let that load for a moment. And then we can get started. We save everything, so we're going to go in here to our release date option. And as you can see, we separated it by colors in case each item needs to be a different color. Sometimes it's all the same, sometimes it's separate items, so forth and so forth. So we'll go in here and we customize. Now keep in mind, you don't have to change the colors in the software because what will happen is it'll cut whatever vinyl you put into the machine. It's pretty simple. But purpose of the video, we'll change it. So this one is supposed to be black, brown, and tan. So I make them in the way that it's listed. So this outside is supposed to be brown. So that's about as best as brown of what they got. Your insides here are supposed to be tan. Not really like a tan option. I guess we can go in here and make one. But just pick whatever you want. As long as it's not black, then it won't match. And it won't cut the same thing twice, so you're good. Then this inside one here is going to be black. That's the general purpose of it there. The size of it, as you see up here, 11 wide, about 11 tall. It's a basic square. Purpose of this is we make it bigger, but it's going to go on a hoodie. So some hoodies have that pocket on the bottom. You don't want it to go past the pocket is the best way you want to put it. So once you go through and you make your design, we go over here up top where it says make it. And then what this will do, this will give us the sizes we need to cut the vinyl. Now we do about an inch more than what it is. So your black is going to be 5. And make sure you put it in mirror mode so it cuts it the correct way. What happens is it'll cut it in a mirror image, so basically backwards. So when you stamp it on the item, it comes out the right way. And then you're going to do the same thing with your other two pieces. This one is going to be mirror, and that's going to be basically 12. And then this, I don't know why they don't do this for you, but we like to move it to the side here so it uses the least amount of vinyl as possible. So, and I know you can make this in one solid image, but you're going to waste more vinyl than you're going to save. Do it the solid way. So you mirror all 3 of your layers. Let's mirror this last one here. I got it here real quick. And then we are good. So we have this one, And we have this one. That one doesn't want to mirror for some reason, but we'll mirror it at the end. So you want to start with your first color, which is your black up here. And then you basically have to cut a 5 of black, a 12 of your brown, and then on your tan, which is yellow, just for the purpose of the video, it's going to be 6. So you go ahead and hit continue. And this will connect to your cutter. Now we're using basic vinyl for this, nothing real fancy. So we're just going to use basic vinyl. Now we'll go over and we will cut the 3 pieces, put them on some mats, and load them into our machine. And we'll show you that. We'll be back here in just a moment. Okay, so like I mentioned before, now we have to cut the vinyl. So it's black, tan, and brown. Those are the 3 colors. So, pretty easy. Get a ruler. Get yourself one of these boards that has the measurements on it. Makes it really easy to cut. And then you're just going to lay your needle, your ruler down at the proper measurement, which is the 5. Get you a knife. Cut it down. That's your black piece. Set that aside. And I put my vinyl done with it back under here. Try to keep the workstation as clean as possible. Your next one is going to be your brown, which is this brown right here. And the brown's going to be at 12. Sometimes your vinyl likes to roll on you. Just got to move it out the way. So this is going to be your brown at 12. So start at the 0, roll out to the 12, get your ruler, line it up, cut it down. Cut part goes there, unused part goes for the next project. And after that, basic tan, tan's gonna be another 5. So, start at the 0, go to your 5, get your ruler, line it up, cut it down. And always go straight down, one solid motion. Alright, so that's our vinyl, that's done. Now we'll go over here and get our boards. You don't have to use Cricut boards. I got these off of Amazon. And they work just fine. Different colors mean different grips. I think your purple is your strongest, your green is your standard, and they call the pink a fabric grip. It don't make a difference. As long as it sticks on there, you're fine. What you want to do is you want to put it on the way you're going to cut it. So with this one, you start at the 0 in the top corner. Get that straight as you possibly can. Smooth it out. Do that with the other 2, and we'll move on to the machine. So that's 1. This is your second one. Make sure you get them straight. If you don't get them straight, they're not going to cut right. Yeah, I know. There's more hanging off the board. Doesn't matter. It's just going to cut this part. So we're totally fine. There's your second one. And this here will be your third one. I know that sound kind of gets me too sometimes. Line it up. Smooth it out. Now, we got a bubble here, which is fine. Just take it off and put it back on. That's all you got to do. You line it back up. As long as your corner's in your corner, you're good. Now, if you still get bubbles, they give you this little tool that they make. Looks like one of these. You can use a credit card if you don't have one of these. Anything is fine. You're just getting the air out. So get all your air out of here. ready for the machine. I'll meet you over there. Okay, so now all we're doing is you're gonna follow these steps. You got the black, the brown, and the tan. It's set on vinyl. So what you do is you come over here to your workspace. You're gonna load your board. You keep it under these two clips here. Push it in just a little bit. Hit your blinking arrow as you're pushing it in. And that's gonna be that. Now what I do, just to save some time, back over here on our system, you wanna go ahead and hit fast mode. So fast mode's hit. At that point, this light will begin to blink. We're gonna start cutting up the boards. Now, that's your first one. When it's done, it blinks again, and you take it out. That's your first one. Our next one's gonna be our brown. So we load it in the exact same way. Put it under the two grooves, hit the button. Once it's ready, it'll blink again. Let it cut. And as you can see on the screen here, it's going to give you the percentage of how much it's cutting. You don't need it, but it's there as an extra feature. So it's just starting to cut now, and as it cuts, the percentage will grow until it's done. So it goes relatively quickly. This is the outside ring for our design. So back over to our cutter, and we'll wait for this to finish. Now in the meantime, while this board is cutting, you can take this one off and start weeding it. But for the purpose of the video, we'll wait till all three is done. So this one's at about 60% right now. So we're almost done. Couple more rings and we'll be good to go on this one. All right, so that one's done. Push the button so it comes out, set it aside, and we have one more to go, which is gonna be the tan. So under the two clips, push your flashing button. Hit your cut button here, which looks like this. And this is gonna be our final piece that we have to cut. From there, we can start doing what's called weeding, which is taking out the extra. Now, this is what I mentioned yesterday. That's the time-consuming part, which is why we may start doing the full color transfers. But check the last video to take a look at that. So this is cutting out the part that says the words, the release word and the date word. That's what we're doing now. The brown was your outside, the black was your middle R, and then this is just the outside, or I guess the inside ring words, just to finish it out. And now that that one is completed, when it's done, it goes back up to the top, so you know when everything is done, like it does right here. So, that's cutting all three boards. Now let's get to our weeding setup and show you how that's done. Okay, so now that we cut our vinyl, it's on our mats that we have here. All you're simply going to do now is remove the vinyl from the mat. So what we'll do is we'll start with this black one here. All you do, peel it off the mat, and go ahead and set the mat to the side. Now if you remember, all we were making is this R right here. So we don't need this whole piece. So you can see here, kinda, where the R is, it ends down here. We'll just cut this part off right here. and we can use the rest of this vinyl for a different project. Alright, so that part we'll use for something else. This part we'll use for the project. Now, the way I do it, the way I tell everyone else to do it, let me get the better camera view here. There we go. I always start at a corner. Start at one corner and pull down. And everything comes out. Very easy, nothing difficult. And if you pull it, it'll basically go on its own, so you're not stuck trying to find the parts that are cut, if that makes sense. See, all the way around, and it comes right out. It does have like a, I guess you call it a static clinginess to it, where it will stick to your hand if you let it. And then you get the other part, which is right here. Apologies for my hands being in the way, but there's kind of no other way to do this. And you just pull it out. So there you have, get this top part out of the way. We don't need that. There we go. Brand new roll had a little tape on it. So then, you got your R right here. That's your R. Real simple. So you set that aside. Then from there you do the same thing with the other two. So I'm going to work on that now, and we will be back when those two parts are finished. Okay, so now that we've done all the prep work, everything is weeded, cut, done, let's go ahead and press the hoodie. So we have the orange hoodie here on the heat press. First thing you always want to do is lint roll the hoodie. Make sure you get everything off the hoodie so when you stamp down on the vinyl, nothing messes up. Real simple. You also want to make sure that your hoodie is straight on your heat press. Now, when they make hoodies, a lot of times the pocket at the bottom is not always sewn straight. So don't worry about that. Your main focus is make sure that it's in the middle, collar's on the top, and you got it all smoothed out. First thing you want to do is lower your heat press to get all the wrinkles out for about 10 seconds. Alright. That's your 10 seconds, so now all your wrinkles are out. Then you're going to take your 3 pieces of vinyl that you cut. You always want to work outside in. That way you don't make any mistakes on where to place all your items. So you're going to start with the outside. We go about 4 fingers down. Now if you got chubby fingers, go 3. I'm going to go about 4. So that's going to be it right there. Once again, make sure everything is straight before you press. You don't want to have to go back and take it off. Alright, so this is going to be your first press of that one. So we'll give that the 30 seconds it needs until it beeps, then we'll be back. Now I set mine at 330 degrees for 30 seconds. You will need to check with the manufacturer of your heat press and the manufacturer of your vinyl for proper settings. But I do 30 seconds, between 310 and 320 degrees. So now that it's beeped, you come over here and you lift your press. This is your brown. So when you lift it, depending on the kind of vinyl it is, some vinyl you peel hot, some vinyl you peel cold. This one you can do either way. All you're going to do is simply peel it off. That's your outside. Put that in the trash. Okay, now your next layer will be your words. So you have your release right up here. Smooth that out. Make sure that looks good. Then you're going to have your date down here. Like that. Now, depending on how much extra space you have, you can fit this R in here. But because this is overlapping, we're going to wait. So we'll go ahead and remove that. This will be the third press. And for right now, we'll just stamp this part here. Same as before. Smooth it out, and then bring down your press. Basically what you're doing is you're building your design. That's the best way to make it. Build it from the outside in. You don't have any mistakes. You don't have to let every layer run the whole time. Just your final layer needs to run the entire time to make sure everything else is set. So you go ahead and peel off this part. Dispose of the extra. Peel off this part. And do the same. Now we're ready for the last part, which is the R, which finishes out the design. It goes directly in the middle, just like that. Smooth it out with the hand, and then this one you'll let run again for the entire time. This will make sure everything is sealed. So this will run for the entire 30 seconds. And we may fast forward through this at the time, but we'll see. Alright, so now that it's beeped, we're going to lift it again. Apologize for the shaking of the table. And this will be your last pull. So there you have it. That is your completed design on your orange hoodie. Then we'll take it over here. I'll show you our folding process in just a moment, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now we have our hoodie. As you can see here, it's all finished up. A little bit of dust on there, we'll get that off, no problem. This is a shirt folder we got off of Amazon. I'll put the link down in the description. Makes it a lot easier. All you do, lay it on there, tuck in your sleeves, drop your hood, fold your bottom. Then you go one on this side, one on that side, fold it together, turn it over. Now we also have bags down here, we bag them in. I got the bags from Uline. I'll tag them in the description as well. Very simple process. Put the garment in the bag. These are self, I guess they call them self-sealing bags, I guess. They are a little tricky when they get sticky, but either way, fold it over, line it down. That is how you make and pack a hoodie by using vinyl. Alright, what y'all think? Pretty simple, right? I told you. So, that's how you do vinyl. That's the basic vinyl. That's not glitter, that's not puff, that's not anything else like that. There was no real layering involved because everything had its own space, but we will get into that. So what I want you to do down in the comments, let me know what you thought about the video, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you already knew, what you learned, all of that. Also, let us know what you want to see in the most next or upcoming videos. We're going to have some interviews coming up. I got a couple bloopers because when I couldn't get it right, I still recorded. You're never going to get better unless you make some mistakes. So, as always, I thank you for checking us out. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Keep rocking.